Welcome back to another episode. This is Zach from the Broken Spoke. And we are working on the 1979 Harley Sportster 1000 XLH. First thing we're doing today is we're hooking up the choke lever on the carb. So we gotta break all of these screws loose, take this cover off so we can maneuver this around that little piece. All right, now that we got this cover off, now we should be able to lift up this little choke piece up high enough to the choke lever. We could probably bend it around, get it to work so it goes up and down for the choke. So, trying to get this off, had to get the old snubby out. Turns out Thor put this motherfucker on, so let me go get some motherfucking spray. That shit, a little bit of the little anti-stickeronskis on there, you see that? Apparently I'm still built like a big body weak bitch, so I gotta put the pliers on it. Gotta have the pliers on it. Well, that worked about as good as my parents' marriage. Let me put some of these bad boys on there. All right, that worked about as good as when you were 10 years old telling your parents you're gonna go around and plow everybody's driveways in the wintertime, but you end up getting lazy and never doing it. So now we're back to this. All right, well, I stripped that motherfucker right up. My patience went to 100 to 0, so we're gonna get a different method. When in doubt, bend it out. I bent the tabs up, got the little bitch up in the air. Now I'm about to use these little needly noses to bend her on back. Let's check it out, see if it works. How long you been with her? All right, now let's slap this little back on. Beautiful. All right, time for the next step of the day. Nah, but for real, we're gonna have to mount this here battery tray. And I was looking up, doing some research. It's supposed to be a little rubber grommet deal with a little bolt and nut on it for this. I don't know if you see what I'm fucking seeing, but this bitch ain't got it. So I'm gonna use this bad boy right here. I have to zip a little hole right there. Maybe a little hole right over there. And we're gonna make our own mount for this bad boy. All right, to be safe than sorry, I kinda wanna lift it, right? But like, exhaust pipe, and oil tank reservoir. Before I start drilling and mounting, I should probably at least half-ass put that pipe on so I can see if it will even clear it. Now, I just took this bad boy off the end here. And then, well, you're looking for clearance here. Clearance, you know, clearance. All that extra goodbye, good, look at that. That right there adds some more space that we could be using to put our shit. I mean, it's not a whole lot, but like, look at that. That little, that's like a whole digger ball's length away. All right, so while I was getting ready to put on the rear pipe and check out the distance from where the oil tank's gonna go, I've entered a side quest. This is my rear pipe. Here's my side quest. So you put this bad boy on there, you know, it's on there rough. The motherfucker sticks out quite a fucking ways. Well, really, it'd go like something like that, half-assed. You see my marks here, right? I'm gonna cut that bitch shorter. But if I'm gonna do the back pipe shorter, I gotta do the front pipe too, come on now. Look at that. It's hard to do one hand. You get the gist. Boom, boom, boom. All right, now let's cut these motherfuckers. All right, so we got the old trusty here. I lost the guard, so we're gonna send it. Get us a nice little battery. I like using the two skis. They don't last as long, but they're a lot lighter when you're grinding and your wrists moving all different fucking which way, you know. So, here's our pipe. Let's get the cut in. Get the cut and see how many sparks I throw in this thing. Well, got a little chip in the disc. Little Chipinski here. Because I don't have a guard on it. She's gonna stay right the fuck there. Now I got almost all the way fucking messed up, had to fix my line, but now it's straight. Anywho, I went to cut my weld here. Found out after I chipped her, my last disc I got. So we're gonna have to hold off on this. I'll just jump to something else for now. All right, I measured out where the pipe's gonna lay. I know where I'm gonna put the battery box. But until then, I gotta find some bolts here. That bolt, surprisingly enough, is gonna line up there like it's supposed to. So we have one spot that's actually gonna go where it's supposed to so far, so that's good. We're gonna have to look through the old budget bolts to find the right three.